Chapter 17 Commencement of Proceedings before Magistrates. 227. Issue of Process. 1. If in the opinion of a magistrate taking cognizance of an offence there is sufficient ground for proceeding, and the case appears to be a summons case, he shall issue summons to the accused for his attendance, or b. a warrant case, he may issue a warrant, or, if he thinks fit, a summons for causing the accused to be brought or to appear at a certain time before such magistrate, or, if he has no jurisdiction himself, some other magistrate having jurisdiction, provided that summons or warrants may also be issued through electronic means. 2. No summons or warrant shall be issued against the accused under subsection 1 until a list of the prosecution witnesses has been filed. 3. In a proceeding instituted upon a complaint made in writing, every summons or warrant issued under subsection 1 shall be accompanied by a copy of such complaint. 4. When by any law for the time being in force any process fees or other fees are payable, no process shall be issued until the fees are paid, and if such fees are not paid within a reasonable time, the magistrate may dismiss the complaint. 5. Nothing in this section shall be deemed to affect the provisions of Section 90. 228. Magistrate may dispense with personal attendance of accused. 1. Whenever a magistrate issues a summons, he may, if he sees reason so to do, dispense with the personal attendance of the accused and permit him to appear by his advocate. 2. But the magistrate inquiring into or trying the case may, in his discretion, at any stage of the proceedings, direct the personal attendance of the accused, and, if necessary, enforce such attendance in the manner herein before provided. 229. Special summons in cases of petty offense. 1. If, in the opinion of a magistrate taking cognizance of a petty offense, the case may be summarily disposed of under Section 283 or Section 284, the magistrate shall, except where he is, for reasons to be recorded in writing of a contrary opinion, issue summons to the accused requiring him either to appear in person or by an advocate before the magistrate on a specified date. Or if he desires to plead guilty to the charge without appearing before the magistrate, to transmit before the specified date, by post or by messenger to the magistrate, the said plea in writing and the amount of fine specified in the summons, or if he desires to appear by an advocate and to plead guilty to the charge through such advocate, to authorize, in writing, the advocate to plead guilty to the charge on his behalf and to pay the fine through such advocate, provided that the amount of the fine specified in such summons shall not exceed 5,000 rupees. 2. For the purposes of this section, petty offense means any offense punishable only with fine not exceeding 5,000 rupees. But does not include any offense so punishable under the Motor Vehicles Act, 1988, 59 of 1988, or under any other law which provides for convicting the accused person in his absence on a plea of guilty. 3. The state government may, by notification, specially empower any magistrate to exercise the powers conferred by subsection 1, in relation to any offence which is compoundable under section 359 or any offence punishable with imprisonment for a term not exceeding 3 months, or with fine, or with both, where the magistrate is of opinion that, having regard to the facts and circumstances of the case, the imposition of fine only would meet the ends of justice. 230. Supply to accused of copy of police report and other documents. In any case where the proceeding has been instituted on a police report, the magistrate shall without delay, and in no case beyond 14 days from the date of production or appearance of the accused, furnish to the accused and the victim, if represented by an advocate, free of cost, a copy of each of the following: I. The police report. E. The first information report recorded under section 173. E. The statements recorded under subsection 3 of section 180 of all persons whom the prosecution proposes to examine as its witnesses, excluding therefrom any part in regard to which a request for such exclusion has been made by the police officer under subsection 7 of section 193. IV. The confessions and statements, if any, recorded under section 183. V. Any other document or relevant extract thereof forwarded to the magistrate with the police report under subsection 6 of section 193. Provided that the magistrate may, after perusing any such part of a statement as is referred to in clause E, and considering the reasons given by the police officer for the request, direct that a copy of that part of the statement or of such portion thereof as the magistrate thinks proper, shall be furnished to the accused. Provided further that if the magistrate is satisfied that any such document is voluminous, he shall, instead of furnishing the accused and the victim, if represented by an advocate, with a copy thereof, may furnish the copies through electronic means or direct that he will only be allowed to inspect it either personally or through an advocate in court. Provided also that supply of documents in electronic form shall be considered as duly furnished. 231. Supply of copies of statements and documents to accused in other cases triable by Court of Session, where, in a case instituted otherwise than on a police report, it appears to the magistrate issuing process under section 227 that the offence is triable exclusively by the Court of Session. The magistrate shall forthwith furnish to the accused, free of cost, a copy of each of the following: I. The statements recorded under section 223 or section 225, of all persons examined by the magistrate. E. The statements and confessions, if any, recorded under section 180 or section 183. E. Any documents produced before the magistrate on which the prosecution proposes to rely. Provided that if the magistrate is satisfied that any such document is voluminous, he shall, instead of furnishing the accused with a copy thereof, direct that he will only be allowed to inspect it either personally or through an advocate in court. Provided further that supply of documents in electronic form shall be considered as duly furnished. 232. Commitment of case to Court of Session when offence is triable exclusively by it. When in a case instituted on a police report or otherwise, the accused appears or is brought before the magistrate and it appears to the magistrate that the offence is triable exclusively by the Court of Session, he shall a. Commit, after complying with the provisions of Section 230 or Section 231 the case to the Court of Session, and subject to the provisions of this Sanhita relating to bail. Remand the accused to custody until such commitment has been made. b. Subject to the provisions of this Sanhita relating to bail, remand the accused to custody during, and until the conclusion of the trial. c. Send to that court the record of the case and the documents and articles, if any, which are to be produced in evidence. d. Notify the public prosecutor of the commitment of the case to the Court of Session. Provided that the proceedings under this section shall be completed within a period of 90 days from the date of taking cognizance, and such period may be extended by the magistrate for a period not exceeding 180 days for the reasons to be recorded in writing. Provided further that any application filed before the magistrate by the accused or the victim or any person authorized by such person in a case triable by Court of Session shall be forwarded to the Court of Session with the committal of the case. 233. Procedure to be followed when there is a complaint case and police investigation in respect of same offence. 1. When in a case instituted otherwise than on a police report, hereinafter referred to as a complaint case, it is made to appear to the magistrate. During the course of the inquiry or trial held by him, that an investigation by the police is in progress in relation to the offence which is the subject matter of the inquiry or trial held by him. The magistrate shall stay the proceedings of such inquiry or trial and call for a report on the matter from the police officer conducting the investigation. 2. If a report is made by the investigating police officer under Section 193 and on such report cognizance of any offence is taken by the magistrate against any person who is an accused in a complaint case, the magistrate shall inquire into or try together the complaint case and the case arising out of the police report as if both the cases were instituted on a police report. 3. If the police report does not relate to any accused in the complaint case or if the magistrate does not take cognizance of any offence on the police report, he shall proceed with the inquiry or trial, which was stayed by him, in accordance with the provisions of this Sanhita.